The nurse who saved my life fell into a coma, and I waited 13 years for her to wake up. When I was 23, I was in a motorcycle accident that almost killed me. I had a concussion, a broken jaw, and a shattered knee, but I was lucky to be alive. The emergency room nurse who saved my life that day was named Kate. She stayed with me in the hospital for weeks, tending to my every need. I owe her my life, and after she saved me, I wanted to do something nice for her. So when she took a break from work, I asked if I could buy her lunch. She agreed, and we went out to this little cafe near the hospital. Over cups of coffee, I told her how grateful I was for everything she'd done. But she just smiled and said it was her job. "You don't have to do anything for me," she said. "I just want you to get well soon." A few months later, I did get well enough to leave the hospital. I tried to tell her that I was her friend, that I had been there for her, but she didn't remember any of it. I never lost faith that she would wake up from her coma, that she would remember who she was and who I was to her. I told her about my life, about my hopes and dreams. I told her about my fears and my sadness. I told her how much I loved her. She became more and more confused as the years passed. "You saved my life, and I'll never forget that." And when I asked her if she was okay, she said, "No, not really. I haven't been honest with you. I've been sick for a while now. I just didn't want to worry you. It's my fault. I didn't take care of myself, and now I have early onset Alzheimer's. I'm sorry." I finished my physical therapy and returned to work. But I never forgot what Kate had done for me. I kept in touch with her by sending her flowers and Christmas cards. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. She told me about her dreams, about what she wanted to do now that she was awake. She said she wanted to travel the world, to see all the places she'd only dreamed of. My heart soared with joy, and I couldn't stop smiling. Finally, she was awake. Finally, she remembered who I was. Finally, I could let go of the past 13 years. We had a beautiful ceremony in the garden of the nursing home where she'd been staying. It was perfect. And as I walked down the aisle towards her, I couldn't help but smile. I knew that no matter what happened, no matter what challenges we faced, we would face them together. Because we had been through so much already, we knew that our love was strong enough to overcome anything. And every now and then I would call her at the hospital just to say hi. "I love you too," she whispered. I get confused, and sometimes I don't even know who I am. I'm scared. One day, though, her voice sounded different. It was weaker and slower. She said that she didn't want to burden me with her problems. She thought she could hide her illness, but it was getting worse. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Can I help?" "It's nothing you can help with," she said. She explained that her memory was failing and that she would often forget where she was or what she was doing. I kept my promise and I visited her often. But watching her suffer broke my heart. "How bad is it?" I asked. "It's getting pretty bad," she said. "I don't remember things." I promised her that I wouldn't tell anyone about her illness and that I would always be there for her. One day, she stopped recognizing me. One day she looked at me and asked, "Who are you?" I was devastated. But I never gave up hope. For 13 long years, I visited her every day. I talked to her about everything and anything. And then one day, miraculously, she woke up. She opened her eyes and looked around the room. She saw me and she smiled. "You never gave up on me?" she whispered. "Of course not," I said. "You're the best nurse I ever knew." She reached out her hand and touched my face. "Thank you," she whispered. "I love you." And in that moment, I knew that everything had been worth it. We spent the afternoon talking and catching up. "Will you come with me?" she asked. I couldn't believe my ears. Was she asking me to marry her? I was stunned. "Well," she said, "if you don't want to, it's okay." "I understand." "No, of course I'll marry you," I stammered. I love you." She threw her arms around me and hugged me tight. We were married 6 months later.